I don't care about Star Wars. Flat out. Like, you could tell me something very interesting about Star Wars, and I'll just be like, oh, really interesting. Okay, moving on. You could tell me that this character did this in Star Wars, and I wouldn't bat an eye. In fact, I wouldn't bat an eye so much that this skin you see right now is the only Star Wars skin I own. Now, that may be a surprise to you, since I'm kind of a nerdy guy. I mean, I play Magic the Gathering, I want to play video games for a living. I want to I like computers. I mean, everything about me screams Star Wars. You're right to a point. I think that the only Star Wars movies worth seeing are the original three: A New Hope, Revenge of the Sith, and Return of the Jedi. And that all the other ones aren't meant to be watched or shouldn't be watched. In fact, I think they shouldn't have made them at all. Simple as that. Whenever they first released Star Wars, back in whenever that happened, what year it happened, they made it and it was a smash hit. Everybody loved it. Then it was such a big hit, in fact, they made a second movie, Revenge. Okay, in this current part of the video, I think throughout the video I refer to the second ever Star Wars movie ever released as being Revenge of the Sith. No, it is not. I made a mistake, and I want to reiterate that it is not Revenge of the Sith. That is the second ever movie ever released under the name Star Wars. It is, in fact, Empire Strikes Back. Just driving home more of the fact that I don't care about Star Wars. To the Sith, probably even better than the last. Then, Return of the Jedi, which was my personal favorite as a child. Where is this guy coming in? Was to very critical acclaim by me, a little kid. I mean, I think that the VHS that I had it on is now damaged because of how much I watched it. That's whatever, I guess. Okay, clip that. I mean, come on, you can't expect a 6-year-old kid not to like Star Wars. And I did. Now I see it differently. I see Star Wars as almost predatory toward the people that are such big fans of it. And that's kind of a problem. I mean, imagine if the thing that you fanboyed over for as long as Star Wars has been a thing just started to take advantage of that. Oh, just release another TV show. The Star Wars community will love it. Doesn't have to be good. Not to say that they aren't good. I'm just saying that there's so many of them that, and they release so often that how could they be good with this much non-care into it? Like, come on. Nah. There's a there's a point to where you release every time I turn around there's a new Star Wars show. There's Obi-Wan, there's The Mandalorian, there's what else? I mean, a lot of Star Wars shows. It's almost insulting about how much Star Wars stuff there is and how predatory Disney tends to be with their IPs. Like, come on. Really, stop releasing so much stuff so fast. I feel like I said, they're just doing it as fast as possible, or doing as many Star Wars shows, not really putting any care into the lore for money. And that's it. Like, it's not really that big of a deal whether or not they make a good show. It just whether or not they make a show that catches audiences. And they found out that it just needs to be Star Wars. Like, they could release a puppet show, but as long as that puppet show has Star Wars in it, they're fine. It's fine. I mean, that's how I see it. It may not be that way, but Come on. Actually put some thought into stuff you're watching. Just because it's Star Wars doesn't mean you need to watch it. Basically, people that are mostly attaching themselves to these mini shows, they are the lore nerds. The people that care way too much about Star Wars. Like, if I were to say that, oh, Boba Fett's penis length is a very important plot point to Star Wars, you would have people that would memorize it. If I said that Anakin Skywalker has a third nipple, and that's important to the plot of Star Wars, people would memorize that fact. There's some really weird stuff that they would memorize in order to have something be canon, like just in general for people that are about lore. And there would be people that would stay up at night wondering what the heck is so important. I don't know. There are people that stay up at night due to lore. Like, oh my gosh, I don't know this. So they would stay up at night till they found it out, and then if they didn't find it out, they wouldn't be able to sleep. Like, really? There are some people that could name this ship that's my glider. And be okay with their lives. Like, really? Okay. Like, that's weird. But go ahead and do that, I guess, if that's what makes you happy, I guess. Like, why is all the sweats on? Holy cow. Come on. Don't be such a lore goblin. There's other stuff to memorize besides lore. But, freaking... And like I said, I used to like Star Wars as a kid. Now it's just a cesspit of neckbeards and children that only care about Star Wars. They don't care what the they don't care what the series is. They just care that it's Star Wars. And it's sad because I would love there to be good Star Wars content. I'm not to say that some of the Star Wars content now is bad. I'm just saying that it feels like there's not any love or want put into Star Wars. And like I don't know what to say about that. It's just sad to see a series like this or a show like this just turn from this great thing into, oh, here's another series. Oh, here's another series. Oh, here's another series. So, as the fans of Star Wars, you shouldn't be content with just another miniseries, just another series on Disney Plus. You should try creating things. You should not, try making your own Star Wars stuff. I mean, there's a Star Wars role-playing game that I'm probably going to be playing here pretty soon. Not today, but here pretty soon in a couple weeks with a couple friends. Like we're doing our own Star Wars stuff. And we're not making it canon at all. We're making it so that Anakin Skywalker freaking is training one of my friends in the campaign. And we're going to fight Darth Vader. Like, come on. How fun is that? Just have fun with shit. You don't have to follow Disney's rules of fun. I mean, or Disney's rules. And some people don't. There's Star Wars Legacy, which is how the series should have gone. I've heard it described to me. I've never seen Star Wars Legacy, but how Star Wars should have went, how Star Wars should have gone. That's what Star Wars Legacy is. And I kind of see, I don't know, as a fans, you should have more control over, okay, we want this series and this series instead of this and this. You should have more control over, like, what Disney produces. If you don't like a show, then don't don't support it. That's just as simple as that. Anyway, that's my 2 cents on Star Wars. See ya.